Point Park University will be hosting the New Age of Sports Journalism featuring Pittsburgh's own award-winning columnist Dayon from the DK on Pittsburgh Sports. This will be a great opportunity for aspiring sports journalists to get a feel of what it takes to be a successful journalist.
Just saying about you have to be an expert to some extent in order to give an opinion on something. If I'm covering teams, I'm not an expert in it. I'm just kind of, then I'm not even an expert in the stuff that I have to be an expert on, which is piracy and that. You don't want to spread yourself too thin.
In reality, at paper trip, you're supplementing other reporters in your notes, right?
You're gravy on top. In this case, with this site, one of the funniest things to go back to what you were asking about the role of columnist. The stuff that I've done on this site has kind of surprised me because it's this combination, or hybrid, if you will, of I'll go to a game, I will tell you what happened, which I wouldn't in a normal newspaper column because that'll be on the next page. I'll tell you what happened, but I'll also sit there until 2 in the morning writing a broader thinking newspaper column about it. In Winnipeg, when the Penguins had their wonderful bloodbath in the game with the Jets, looked like a playoff, fantastic stuff. Instead of doing the traditional, I wouldn't do a game story anyway, but instead of just jumping on the soapbox on a topic, this is the way it formally works in the newspaper. You got to form your idea in the morning. And you better have it solidified by 8 p.m. And then you file once at the gun, newspapers are ready game minutes. And then again, about 45 minutes to an hour later. So your concept for your piece was formed hours earlier, no matter what you see. And chances are excellent you're not watching much of the game anyway, because you're busy trying to hit that first deadline. In my case, in Winnipeg, I'm watching this game. These guys are killing each other. This is great. And I wanted to find out what it meant to the Penguins overall. Did this toughen them up? It's a validation of the new coach's system. How did Sidney Crosby react to getting shoved around for the first time this year? So I spent, this is the best part of it, buy online. No difference. And you have some, like the Jets eventually kicked me out. They closed their press box. I'm going to tell you about 2 hours after. What is that? What is that? Chasing me out on the streets. But I'm sitting there. I have all this extra time in the locker room. All the newspaper people are running around, getting back to the machines. I'm still in the locker room waiting for Steve Downing, waiting for Sid's always went first, but other guys that I needed, and got all kinds of good information and video clips and everything else. No one else can get it. No one else can get it. Other reporters can't get them in this event. Same thing happened at the Steelers-Ravens game, which was fantastic. Forget what happened this past week. But the Steelers-Ravens game with Joe Green, I think his number retired. Brett Kiesel, for example, is one of the last guys always out of the shower at his stall. You need Brett Kiesel after a game like that because he's such a great talker. Brett Kiesel comes out from the shower and he breaks over at 75, Joe Green's jersey, where he starts interviews. And it's just me and 2 or 3 radio people that are left because all the newspaper people are running upstairs. We had all this powerful stuff on the site. I stayed up till 4:30, but it all got on there. Readers don't care that newspapers have hard deadlines. Do you care when you pick up a newspaper? Assume you still do that. And see that there's a story with no quotes in it that, well, that's just the way the business is. Or did you actually want to find out what happened, what they had to say after? This is done for the readers. They don't care if I file at 2 a.m. or 4:30 a.m. because they're not going to read it in all likelihood until they're heading to work the next morning. So it's all the same thing. To me, that's been by far the biggest difference. And if there's anything at all that's really been different about this experience, that's been number one by far. And even if I have a bad night, if I can't string together an hour and a half writing-wise, I'll still end up with better material than what the newspapers have just because I can stick it out.